Hey everyone, it's Cal. I hope you're doing well. Today I wanted to give you some meditation tips to help you with your practice. I'm starting over too, so it's a really good time to refresh how to build the stages of meditation, because meditation is a practice that you build over time, brick by brick by brick. All the little parts come together to create the one whole. And as you do this, your body actually begins to remember. It remembers flow. It remembers any kind of form of practice that you might have had in meditation, and it remembers unity. So brick by brick, you will get there. And all it is dedication and doing the work daily. No supernatural tendencies or anything like that. It's really just building the practice. So number one, you have to set your times and make your commitment to yourself. Remember, this life is all about you. I'm not talking about being super selfish. I'm just talking about remembering that you are here for you. So make your times and make the commitment to yourself. Number one, for me, I actually, because I was a single mom for 25 years, I actually meditated when I went to work. So I did not meditate in the morning. I did not meditate at night. I meditated 3 times a day at work for 10 minutes each, because I knew there in the broom closet, I would not be disturbed. So set your meditations and stick to them, because if you stick to the times, the body remembers, and it's better to have it at these specific times, these habitual times. So you're creating habit, and you're finding yourself also a space to be your sacred space. Mine was the broom closet, because it was the only place that I knew nobody would ever look. I worked in a sales unit, and trust me, nobody was going to be doing any cleaning there. There were meeting rooms, there were storage rooms, there were all sorts of rooms in this place, but I knew the one place nobody will ever use is the janitor room. So, and nobody will even look in there. So that's what I did. And my mind, just recently, I was meditating this morning before I came here for 15 minutes. My daughter has moved away for 15, and so have I. So I meditated for 15 minutes this morning, and just starting to build my practice again. And as I was sitting, my mind was everywhere. It was everywhere. What's going on now? Oh, wait, why am I stopping? Well, it is everywhere. And I was centering my mind, trying to center, and then I thought, my mind's just too crazy. Okay, I'm going to be calm then. So even during this 15 minutes, I went and I checked my Amazon account to make a few things, and I came back. Yeah, you might think super not good, but in the beginning, you just have to go with it. You don't criticize yourself. You don't say, oh, this is bad, I should be doing this. Just do whatever you need to do in that 15 minutes. As you make your commitment over time, everything will flush itself out. It will all flush out, but you have to make the commitment to the times. Regardless, to the times, okay? And as you just sit, the mind, which thinks it knows everything and always wants to take over, will eventually quiet, and then it will start to rest at these times, and then it will shut down at these times. So make the commitment to have these times throughout your day set with a space for you to do it in. Full on. Okay, number 3 is posture. Posture is critical. So slouching in meditation is not going to work. You have to sit with your spine straight, not arched, straight. So you're either sitting up or you're lying down. I have scoliosis. I laid down, and I laid down on the bare floor because I wanted to get my spine as straight as possible. Now I'm doing it sitting up, so it's a whole different ball game. But both things are, with both positions, whether you're sitting up or you're lying down, the key thing is getting your spine straight. It's a little bit more difficult if you're sitting up, but I always wanted to do it sitting up just because I haven't done it before. I want to do it. And also with the lying down over time, I don't know how good that is. Our bodies need to be active. They need to be sitting up, but certainly for the time that I did it for transcendence, to find out answers when I was super driven, and I mean super driven, I was lying down. And so both are really good. I mean, lying down is really good because you get that spine super straight. So as you're getting your spine straight, you have to listen to your body. Your body will just do it, and it will come to you in feeling. So your body's always communicating to you through feeling. The mind thinks it knows everything, but really it's just rationalizing everything that the internal language of the body is telling it. So sit your spine straight and listen for the direction from the inside and follow feeling. Is my spine straight? Oh, it needs maybe a little bit here, maybe here. Like tweak, keep tweaking until you get it right. It will happen naturally over time. This morning when I was sitting, my spine was hurting and I was trying to get it straight. And I think I got it straight for about 5 minutes in there, and then I went back to my old habits. But I still was trying to be present for 15 minutes and trying to be inwardly present for 15 minutes. So follow the feeling of, and it's so intuitive, it's so subtle, that you really have to be vigilant. And as I said, over time, you will become more and more and more vigilant as you commit to the times and as you stay to your daily practice. Okay, focus was the third one. Focus will build over time. Focus, you're taking all this energy that is all over here and you're pulling it all in, until two eyes merge into one. And then after they merge into one, you're going to thread that needle. And what is threading the needle? Threading the needle is hitting this point here. Okay? So that you're looping up, your energy is looping up, and then you're going to have the halo effect. What is the name for that thing? The proper name, the halo effect, where it threads that loop, it cuts the sort of it cuts the ice, let's say, so that you can get into the next sphere of being. So that's what you're aiming to do. You're aiming to thread the needle there. Now, whether your eyes are open, closed, or halfway closed, it's all good. In the beginning, my eyes were kind of open, and then I got them to halfway, and then I got them closed. I was ADHD for most of my life. I mean, I have had a lot of mind chatter going on. So the fact that I can do it tells me that really absolutely anybody on the planet can do it. So eyes open, eyes closed, eyes half closed, all good, okay? All good. Just make sure you're sitting every day at your times, and it's all going to come naturally, and you have to just go with how you feel. It'll flesh itself out. Okay, so after you got your focus, you're going to, I'm telling you what I did. The next step was for me to repeat a word. The word one was what I chose because it was succinct. It didn't really bring anything into my mind. You have to make sure it doesn't bring anything into your mind. And I felt that the word one was given to me by my inner guide. You'll be given a word two if you want one. It'll just come. Um, and I repeated the word one, 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 one. And then I repeated the word hue. Repeating the word hue is fantastic. I first concentrated on one. One seemed more hard and concrete. One, one, one. And then I went into, after when I stabilized there, remember, you're building this practice. You're not going to do all of this in one practice. You're going to build this over time. Then I went into hue, hue, hue. Now, hue laid the foundation for the receptive force because hue is the same as a sigh of relief. It's the same hue. Oh, phew, phew. It's the word hue brings in a feeling of relief. Phew, phew, it's the same as phew. And that really set the pace for the receptive force. So after I went from the word one, I went to hue. And then from hue, I went directly into breath. Then I was able to focus on my breath really well. And I was actually focusing on building the power of breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And hue prepares you for that. Phew, phew. It prepares you for that. So that's the cycle you want to have, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Then I went from, once I stabilized there, and this took time, once I stabilized there, I moved my focus onto the heart. So I went from hue onto the heart. And all these stages gradually took me into deep, compassionate meditation. That's what's going to bring you transcendence, compassionate meditation. So focusing on the heart, I had my whole practice happening up here, and once the rhythm was really going up here, then I could shift my focus down onto the heart, and I did. I had focused on my heart, and however you do that, I just imagined my heart as a big red beacon, and I was just focusing on it as I was breathing. So that's what I did, and then the rest just happened. As I said, I didn't know what to do. I didn't read a book on meditation. I actually I contacted all these meditation outlets and asked them if they would subsidize me because I was a single mom, et cetera, and all of them said, no, we can't do that for whatever their reasons were. And I thought, oh, what am I going to do? I didn't have any time to read a book, and goodness knows, I don't even think I could have focused my energy on reading a book on meditation. Anyways, so I just started sitting. I said, okay, well, I'll just go sit and see what it's like. And once I began the practice with the tips I just shared with you, it just happened, and it just happened. One thing I did do is I always sat. When I was at work, it was so much, okay, I meditated 3 times at work because I wasn't going to be disturbed by, meal preparation, being with my daughter, organizing her homework. I wasn't going to have any kind of disruption when I was at work. So that's why I did it at work. And when I'm at home, I'm worrying too much about her needs and everything else. So it was really good to be at work to do this. And every day at work, before I went into meditation, I just took a few minutes to sit down and kind of get it together in terms of what I was asking for. So I deliberately asked, help me focus in meditation. And then I would say, Infinite Spirit, please help me focus in meditation. Or God, I think at the time it was God, I need you to help me focus in meditation. God, please give me the steps. I always had a directive that I uttered a few times before I went into the closet to do the meditation. And then I would say it one more time, and then I would go into my 10 minutes. Yeah, and then after meditation, after I had all my transcendent experiences, I also went around to, I wrote to the Dalai Lama, I wrote to everybody, all these greats around the world, religious people, asking them what happened to me. Like, I had no idea what happened, and I explained the situation, and most people didn't respond. I did have some responses from some key figures, but nobody explained to me what happened to me. Nobody knew what happened. I mean, they were all giving some nice advice, and maybe you should write a book, or maybe you should go out and do something with the people, but nobody knew what happened. And that stumped me the most, because the things that happened to me now have happened in history to other people. So I went, and that's where I really kind of went a little bonkers. I spent 12 years researching